Martiniere Career Fair 2023. Today we will be discussing the technical details of a career in artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, the future of technology. This particular presentation is deliberated by Dr. Rajiv Pandey, that's me. Artificial intelligence and machine learning often are thought as the same by most of us, but there is certainly a differentiation. This presentation would help us to understand the finer aspects of artificial intelligence and also try and know how it is different from machine learning. Artificial intelligence is primarily more than machine learning. Machine learning was an aspect which is done to make the machines learn based on a large amount of data, and based on that particular data, the machine starts giving you certain predictions or making some predictions based on that. However, the artificial intelligence is meant to train computers or enable computers to think and act more or at least equivalent to a human. AI makes machines smart and able to do things that only human could do before. Therefore, some amount of human intelligence needs to be pumped in. AI applications, fun with AI. Chatbots, AI can chat with you like a friend. Robotics, robots and AI can dance, draw, and even cook. Art, AI can create beautiful paintings and pictures. Right? So we can try and appreciate that how enabled AI has made the environment across us. How AI can change the world. AI can help healthcare, whereby it can help the doctors diagnose disease faster. Understand of a situation where I train my machines to actually carry out a DNA analysis. Based on that DNA analysis, if the machine can infer or give me suggestions on what particular age, which particular disease a human being can have. This is a huge advancement. I can start taking precautionary measures in the earlier stages. You would remember that certain celebrities across the world took help of the AI applications in predicting what cancers would they have at a later stage. They particularly got those particular organs itself removed prior to that particular disease occurring. So that is the greatness of AI. AI can help environment in preventing and predicting natural disasters. Education. We can think of things like ChatGPT, where education is becoming personalized with help of artificial intelligence. How do we learn about AI? Such an interesting option. AI has got exciting careers. AI experts with the changing world are going to be in demand for quite a considerable period of time. Understanding the future. AI will shape even the job markets tomorrow. AI can help you to be creative. It can suggest which you otherwise would not have thought at that given point of time. That this particular presentation of mine would certainly enable students to make a thought and decide about their careers in the domain of artificial intelligence or machine learning. Thank you very much.
Greetings everyone, welcome to the season 3 of Martiniere Career Cell. With us today, we have an eminent personality in the field of artificial intelligence, Mr. Nandan Mishra. Mr. Nandan Mishra is an alumnus of Martiniere College, Lucknow, and also of the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, where he earned a dual degree in chemical engineering and biology research. With his deep domain expertise and commitment to harnessing the power of AI and data analytics, he has been driving transformative change in the industry, propelling organizations towards digital excellence. Currently, he serves as the founder and CEO of Algo8 AI, an industrial AI company, where he is helping energy and manufacturing customers to get more out of their facility, plants and assets by producing their vast and myriad type of data. Mr. Nandan Mishra is also a part of the working group NMICPS, think tank for National Mission for Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It is our privilege to have you here with us, sir, as an expert in the field of artificial intelligence. Greetings everyone, welcome to the season 3 of Martiniere Career Cell. With us today, we have an eminent personality in the field of artificial intelligence, Mr. Nandan Mishra. The first question I have for you is, what initially sparked your interest in the field of artificial intelligence and how did you decide to pursue it as a career? Could you please share your personal journey with us?
Sure. So, artificial intelligence, the root of that lies in data science. And science, as you all study in your 10 plus 2, is in the form of theoretical and at max computational science. So, the numericals that you solve in your physical chemistry and your physics courses, they are largely mathematical applications. You apply calculus, you apply coordinate geometry to physical problems. So that's how computational science has come up. So as you grow into more real world problems, you'll find that the complexity of such problems increases and you have more and more variables that you want to model. Now that is where mathematics comes to a limit, and you want to have newer methods that evolve. So you have statistical methods, and now you have learning methods, where we are saying that algorithms can actually learn what the phenomenon is if it has sufficient data. And that is where data science comes in. So it is my fundamental interest in science that triggered me into this field. So science, as we know, it has evolved from being empirical to being theoretical to computational, and now it is the science of data, where if we have sufficient data around something, we will be able to make more discoveries, more inventions, and more innovation around it. So that triggered my interest in data science. I went to Indian Institute of Technology, where I did my master's in a field called systems biology. And from there, I went to Citibank. I was doing their models, their machine learning models. And from there, I moved to essentially Google Maps partner company. And from there, I took my journey into entrepreneurship and built a data science company.
Thank you so much, sir, for that answer. It was really wonderful to know about your personal journey. Sir, in your answer, you mentioned about advancements in data. This also brings me to my next question, which I have for you. As we've seen in the recent years, artificial intelligence has gone over significant advancements and developments. So, how do you perceive the impact of AI on various industries, and what potential do you see for its future applications?
See, if you look at it, science is the basis of all technology that we see. All technology in this world is just the application of science. So when we look at data science, data is the root of all information that we see. When you apply context on data, you get information. So the information technology world that you see around today will be expanded multifold. It will expand multifold, and it will become almost 100x, 10,000x of what you see. New information technology will come into being as a result of data science, and AI is going to be the core of it. As you said, that AI, actually the artificial intelligence as a concept and even as an application in a very rudimentary form existed as early as 1950s. So there was a Dartmouth conference where the concept of artificial intelligence, it was actually a summer school where it was discussed, and from there it has come a long way. I think it's the capability to be able to it's the capability of being able to analyze so much of data. That is what is basically now triggering this revolution, because now you can centralize a lot of data, you can make sense of a lot of data. And earlier, the algorithms that we had, especially machine learning algorithms, they had an asymptotic behavior. Their performance kind of tuned into a steady state. It did not improve with incremental data, but now you have algorithms that continuously learn, the deep learning and the neural networks. So basically, it's going to expand and transform everything. It's already doing that. I think we are already exposed to the innovation there. And any field, be it healthcare, be it finance, be it education, be it livelihoods, be it manufacturing, supply chain, everything is going to be disrupted by that.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for that answer. In your answer, you talked about capability to analyze data. This also brings me to my next question, which I have for you, which is, what are some of the key skills and qualities that aspiring AI professionals must necessarily have to make a name for themselves in this prestigious field?
I think with AI coming in, I think AI is going to be a big time leveler, where a lot of intelligence, a lot of skills are going to be available over the shelf. So firstly, I would like to cover what you generally require now in order to shape your career. So problem solving skills, critical thinking, collaboration. I think these would be key skills that everyone would require. And of course, communication as well, along with collaboration, goes hand in hand. But as a data scientist, you would want to firstly have a core foundation of mathematics and statistics. That's going to be very important. It's going to give you the edge that you need. Okay, you need to have a background in problem solving and critical thinking. You need to have a background in statistics and mathematics. Then you need these tools. So these tools continuously improve. Now you have chat GPT, which can write programs for you, right? So but still you need to know syntax and semantics of writing a programming language. You require problem solving and critical thinking. You require stats and maths. You require data science, data visualization. You require machine learning, deep learning, basic understanding of how they work. You need to know programming languages such as R and Python. But as I said, the core of it lies in problem solving, curiosity, being able to think critically. All of these will be very important, and they will differentiate whether you are a good data scientist or not. Then there are some specific libraries, languages that you need to know, frameworks, tools. Nowadays, TensorFlow, PyTorch, scikit-learning, NumPy, Pandas, these are all libraries that you need to know basically if you need to start a career in data science.
Sure, so thank you so much for that answer. In your answer, you talked about collaboration.
Yeah.
Sir, as we all know, collaboration and communication are often essential while working on AI projects. So how
Yes.
do you effectively collaborate with people from various disciplines and bridge the gap between technical and non-technical aspects of AI
So
projects?
any AI system can be called as interdisciplinary, more than one disciplines, cyber physical systems. We want to mimic what is happening physically in a digital realm and then use that data to make decisions. So any AI is essentially an interdisciplinary cyber physical system that we want to develop generally, because it is affecting the physical world, but the computation and the decision making is happening in the cyber world, and it is interdisciplinary. So yes, it requires people from different walks of life to come together. So I think the first thing in collaboration, whether you are understanding a requirement or talking to your team, is basic empathy. I think that term is very important. Empathy means to be able to think in by changing or flipping your frame of reference into someone else's shoes. So thinking about the customer, thinking about the user, thinking about the people who will be affected by it. I think that triggers the first step towards collaboration, because it allows you to listen and integrate the other person's perspective. The second point is that many data scientists tend to be very technical about it, and they start talking in their own jargon. So the jargon is essentially the conversational domain that they have acquired in their respective fields. For example, if I start talking in mathematics and applied statistics to a person who's from marketing, he won't get that, right? So we have to develop a common language, and that language then is one of the major pieces that makes us succeed, in that collaboration. I think the other point is, many times people think in analogies and storytelling and visualization. So there we have to look at whenever there are non-technical stakeholders, we have to give them storytelling. We have to tell them stories and visualization in which they can visualize and connect with that complex concept that we might have in our head. So I think those two are great tools to collaborate.
Sure, so thank you so much for that answer. You had also mentioned about how mathematics is important for having a career in artificial intelligence.
Yes.
So can you please elucidate on the education qualifications and courses that aspiring AI professionals can have to build a career for themselves in the most effective manner possible?
Yeah, so I think yes, maths forms the basic, because all these methods, the way they have been designed, that have been done through mathematics, and it generally gives you a natural sense of understanding of how these algorithms work. So having a basic background in maths is great. For example, things like probability, things like statistics, things like Bayesian, things like binomial theorems, etc., that you already study, are all going to be very critical in being able to understand this world, because predictions and probabilistic systems are all about conditional probability. So you are essentially understanding a phenomenon by creating a linear basis for it. So I think linear algebra is not taught in 11th and 12th, but I think some of it is there. So whatever you study in your matrix and coordinate geometry, that gets expounded there. So all of those mathematical skills are very, very important. What happens is that then you have to now, so all that mathematical understanding is now being abstracted in algorithms. You need to understand how they work. But the most important thing is that when you apply those algorithms, you have to think about the physical phenomenon which you are modeling, because if your brain is not connected to what you are modeling, you might end up modeling it wrong, and you might end up so while there is a complete analytical method of going about the modeling and knowing at every step whether you are wrong or right in data science, the intuition or the curiosity and the connection with the physical model that you are trying to model plays a great role in being able to do that. So I would say core foundation on maths, curiosity would be very important. And then there are very structured courses. I think now there are AI courses in 10+2 also. We run an academy with Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, where we teach these courses. That is a very credible source to learn from. I could give more information, and there are hosts of online schools also that are teaching some basic concepts around that.
Sure, so thank you so much for that answer. The next question I have for you is something which has also become talk of the town recently. We all know AI is often associated with automation and the fear of job loss.
Yeah.
So how do you as an AI professional see it impacting the job market in coming years?
I think it is going to happen. It is a reality. See, look at how jobs evolved. So what is a job? A job is a service or a task that you are performing for a compensation for an employer, right? So if you look at the history of jobs, people were giving jobs because they felt that they had more important things to do, right? And now with machines, they will say that, okay, we have a machine which can do the unimportant jobs. It is already happening. So in 1979, when compilers were happening, or before that, when the calculators had come, everybody used to think that, oh, all jobs are going to go. But we had bigger problems to solve, right? So every such evolution or leads to a revolution in the job market. And that revolution is about three things. One, the displacement of the existing jobs. They go out of the economic value chain. New jobs come in. And then there is reskilling and upskilling. The existing workforce has to reskill and upskill. So if we remain in a comfort zone, definitely AI is going to automate us. If we go into the stretch zone, we will be able to transform ourselves with AI. And if we are in the learning zone, we might be able to design new AI systems. So it's all about the mindset, right?
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for that answer. The next question I have for you is AI often involves working with large amounts of data. So, how do you, as an AI professional, address the challenges related to data quality, data privacy, and potential biases that may arise from the data?
So there are essentially 5 things that you can get in a big data set. You can look at the value that you get out of it is a combination of variability, the amount, and then the velocity at which it is coming, the volume, and then the veracity, whether it is correct or not. So the quality of the data is assessed basis the business objective you have. So for example, you have a business objective of predicting, say, the demand of a telecom network in Lucknow. Now what kind of data sets will add value to that, and what kind of data sets won't add value to that is an iterative process. You can start with intuition, and you can have certain data sets that basically you think are going to contribute, but there will be some very unthinkable sources of data sets that you can bring, and that's where the creativity comes in. So when we look at the quality of data set, it's just about the objective that we are trying to fulfill and looking at these qualities of the data. That's what we call the exploratory data analysis, EDA. You ask any data scientist, he'll tell you we do an EDA where we are trying to explore the data and analyze whether these data sets hold good quality when we try and predict or prescribe an outcome out of this. So data quality is done through that. Now coming to biases, biases are very common. We all have biases, and whenever we make a decision, there will be 2 parts to it. One will be the activation, and the second will be the bias. So the bias is not a bad thing, to be frank. We all have certain biases. For example, if I am walking and if I see there is flat land in front of me, I would put my foot almost at the same length as my previous foot. This processing is happening inside my brain. So sometimes bias is great, but sometimes bias is bad. So we have to, as data scientists, see how much bias in our model is great. And it depends again upon the outcomes we want to achieve. How we control biases? By understanding the root data on which it has been trained. A data which is biased will give us a biased training. A data which is less biased will give us a less biased training. So that's how the entire system works. So I hope I have been able to answer that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir, that was wonderfully explained by you in great depth. This also brings me to my last question, which I have for you today, which is what is that one piece of advice which you would like to give to the aspiring AI professionals to name for themselves in this field?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, got it. So I think learn the fundamentals of AI. This includes all that jazz of machine learning, deep learning. Know it. Don't just speak those words. Get to the bottom of it, what it means. Gain experience on certain tools. Attend workshops. To learn TensorFlow, PyTorch. That's hygiene. Once you've done that, start building a portfolio of yours in AI project. Just like a photographer does his photography portfolio, or an artist does his art portfolio. Do your data science portfolio, and then showcase those data science portfolios. Network, build communities. For example, I would love to nurture and mentor a community at Martiniere of aspiring data scientists. I would like to help them, and I can give them a lot of projects. If they know something, we can also offer them some workshops. So build a community around it. See, collaboration and community, and build a high trust community where you are easy to share. Don't look at that I know something more than my peer. This is something that I've learned in the West. They are very open, high trust community. They believe in collaboration and they believe in innovation. What we can achieve collectively as a community is far higher what we can achieve. So we in India tend to feel that, oh, we want to leave others far away. No, that's not how life works. Because at one point of time, you will feel that if you are very far away from your peers, then you're all alone. Many times that's not great. So try and build a community, try and share what you know, try and affiliate more, and try and learn together, right? I think that's very important. That's what empowers us, all of us. So that's it. Learn the fundamentals, learn hands-on tools, build your portfolio, network. I think those would be the 4 advice to any aspiring data scientist.
Thank you so much, sir, for that answer and for this interview. You really explained all the different facets which a career in artificial intelligence entailed.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.